And bammo, we are live. What's up, people? And happy Friday. And yeah, so Brother Bradley, you are on the road.
I'm
Hopefully, tell
on the
me what
road.
you doing on the road again. Where are you headed, by
On
the
the,
way, man?
I am driving to Mount Vernon from Royce City to go pick up my son. He's been hanging out with my brother for the about a week and a half, hanging out in Broken Bow. My
Broken
brother
Bow.
lives up there. Yep, and
Broken Bow.
going to get my son so he can come back and watch me get installed tomorrow as a master of the lodge.
Hell yeah. I'll be there, baby. I'll be there, man. The wife is coming. Gonna get some good pictures. Uh, Fun stuff for the website, fun stuff for us. So I know we got to be dressed to impress to a certain
Yeah, man.
degree, man. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a big day. It's been such a long week. This is going to be starting right now with this podcast. With this weekend is going to be killer, man. It's really going to be a nice breakaway from the work, man, from the obligations. But yeah, so man, talking with you earlier, I think kind of the idea is just to, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this because I think I feel a lot of the same way based off the stuff I know. But you really wanted to dig down into traveling and the importance of it and the fun aspect of it, which is huge, but just the importance and the growth of it and what it means to the brotherhood. And I did a little bit of traveling just recently. Don't do as much as I would like, but went to Brother Aaron's lodge. Um, Ended up at another lodge out of just pure accident because the power was out on their lodge and they were doing elections that night. And this is how cool masonry is, man. Moments notice, a lodge down the street that was dark opened their facility up, came and let everybody in so elections could happen. And then that was just, it was amazing because I got to meet brothers from two different lodges at one lodge the same night, right? And
Yeah.
it was amazing, man. But anyway, I thought I'd throw that out there because it was just an awesome experience. But get started, dude. Tell us about your aspects on traveling, man.
Well, first off, I'd like to say welcome to Regarding Texas Freemasonry. If you're watching this video, thank you for watching. Click the like
Subscribe.
button, the little like button, subscribe, and yeah, just hang out. Click the little bell button so you get all our notifications. But basically, we do a show every Friday evening is when we try to do it, right around 8:45. Sometimes I'm working or driving, so we got to be kind of work around that. But anyway, we all have busy lives. But I wanted to thank you for watching our show, listening to our show. We have different people on. We interview people. I read books. I, I'm reading some books, and I plan to interview the authors of the books, and do things like that. And I really enjoy just talking about things that regard Texas Freemasonry. So, or Freemasonry in general, really. Um, Now about traveling, I actually got to travel quite a bit right off the bat with our worshipful master Tony Lyons, which he may be on here in a little bit. But whenever I was an EA, brand new, I think I was an EA for about a week, and Brother Tony and Brother Buzz called me and said, "Hey, you want to go to Greenville Lodge, and they're going to have their last stated meeting in their building but right before they sell their building because they're building a new lodge." And I was like, "Yeah." And so I went with them and learned you can travel to different, even as an EA, you can travel to different lodges on their stated meeting night, and generally either call the meeting down to an EA lodge or they will open an EA for you. Um, so you can participate in their meeting, their stated meeting or whatever. But anyway, so I learned right away, and the reason Tony wanted to travel is because his wife was out of town and he didn't have any food to eat, so the lodge is cooking a meal, and we get to travel and go eat a meal at their lodge, so he didn't have to cook. So I learned how to travel because my worst master was hungry.
And doesn't know how to cook.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows how to cook,
I'm
but
messing with it.
you know,
I'm picking on him because he's not here.
yeah. So yeah, we did that. We traveled around to different lodges, and so I kind of never really stopped doing that. I just kept traveling around, and Tony brought me to a study club where I met my mentors, and I ended up going through that study club. It was on a Thursday morning, and I learned basically all my work there, and it was all from traveling. I learned all my ritual work going there and practicing over and over again with them, and they would work closely with me. Even as an EA, they would help me learn my work, um, and it was in a setting that was just like how you get tested for your esoteric certificates,
Mhm.
um, just like they test you at the certificate testing. So, because it's different learning the work just one on one with an instructor versus kind of how they do it in the testing situation where you're got a bunch of guys at one table, and one person says a question, the next says an answer, question, answer, question, answer, question, answer, all the way around the room. So that
Mhm.
that was kind of cool learning how to do it like that. Um, you just gotta keep up with where they're at, So you got to know all of it. You got to know all the questions and answers because you might get a question one time. Anyway, uh, so yeah, that's some good parts about traveling for me. That was cool. Um, did you ever travel as an EA or Spellcraft?
Yeah, a little bit. Nevada, um, you know, places real close to home. And exactly, I had the same experience because I was still working, studying and working on the work, and so I was able to sit with someone outside, in the cafeteria or whatever, and kind of go through the work. And then also it's interesting. The thing that kind of boggles me is I get used to the way our lodge does stuff, right? You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
it's the feel of it and where everything is, and I'm used to it. It's been a couple of years now, and it's always fun to go experience somebody else's reality. So when you go visit, you travel and you visit another lodge, you see there's little, it's nuanced, right? I mean,
yeah,
there's nothing that varies wildly. It can't. It's the same. It's been the same way for forever, but there are nuances that they hit on, and I just remember going, hey, dang, damn, that's cool, okay, that it can be done that way too. and uh
yeah,
and then just not forgetting about all of the cool brothers that I talk to now, only because I went and traveled, and or they came and saw us too. That's fun. But hey, what's up, Tony Lyons? What are you doing, brother? You on mute. You on mute. We can't hear you. Click that button. Click that button right there.
Just joining some brothers for some good evening discussion.
Hell yeah, man. We're just talking about traveling. Welcome. Hello and
Hey,
welcome, welcome and hello. Yeah, we're just talking about traveling and all the benefits, and Brad was really kind of going over uh just all of the pros, which that's really all there is. And he also started off by telling on you how he got his start traveling.
My fault.
Your fault, brother.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was. It was
perfect.
your stomach's fault.
And Mel's fault for not being home. She's traveling on
Yeah,
business.
on my, my past master apron has a fork and a spoon and a knife on it.
That's so
Yeah.
awesome.
So
Hey,
yeah, so I was telling that you actually, you know, you showed me the study club over there in Quinlan
uh-huh.
at the Cyene Lodge, and that's where I met Harry and Danny and worked with them and worked with Paul and them, and went over there several times to actually learn like the ritual work for everything. Um, but anyway, the yeah, so I talked about how I got to practice with those guys and really learn my ritual really good over there, and learned how to do it and how they examine you during the certificates
Mm-hmm.
at the forums. So
Yeah. There's just a wealth of knowledge all the way around you. And there's so many different.
The culture of each lodge is a little bit different.
Thank you.
that's
Yeah.
right.
That's it. Yeah, it's like I was saying when you just jumped on, Tony. I mean, it's nuanced. It's the same. It can't change, you know, much, but it is cool being around guys and fellows, and you get a different points of view and different ways to work on the work, different ideas of how to commit this to memory and write it into your brain so that it never leaves you. Hopefully. My
Right.
my case, a little bit of it slipped away. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got to work on it.
While we're talking about traveling, I don't know if it's just our district or if it's Texas wide, nationwide, the traveling gavel. I don't know if that is just our district or if that's, I was thinking about that earlier and I'm like, I don't know if that's a thing that's, I mean, that's I wouldn't say it's a reason. Well, maybe it is a reason to travel, but it gives the brothers the excuse to get out and travel, you know.
Yeah.
And for y'all that don't know what the traveling gavel is, it's a gavel. I wish I knew the dates and the history. I wanted to look that up a little more, but somebody smarter than me probably knows. It's been around, I don't know, we'll say several years, but let's say right now it's in Faith Lodge. And
Right.
so if we want to take that gavel, the traveling gavel, at least 5 of us brothers have to show up from our lodge and take it. And then, if they want it back, they have to come next month or the next
Yeah.
lodge, or there might be 2 or 3 lodges that shows up.
I think
So
we took it
whoever
off
has
Kaufman,
the,
didn't we? Or Terrell?
Yeah.
Terrell?
Yeah.
we had
No,
it 2 months ago.
Kaufman stole it. Kaufman took it from East Trinity Lodge, and then we went all the way out to Kaufman Lodge and took it from them. And we had it for all of about a week and a half, and then Fate took it from us, and they've had it for about 6 months now. I think
God, has it been
it's
that
been
long
that
already?
long. Yeah,
And I
yeah,
got to visit Faith last month. No, 2 months ago. And where was I going with it? And they thought East Trinity Rockwall was coming to get it that night. They end up not
yeah,
showing up. So it's still up for grabs.
yeah.
Maybe,
Gotta go.
maybe Brad, you're about to be worshipful master. We need to plan that either probably September-ish. Let's get through August. September might be easier.
Yeah. Well, we could probably do it this month.
I was gonna say,
Why wait, right?
That way we got it for the Grand Master when he comes to visit our lodge.
There you go.
Yeah.
Um,
But anyway, so there's some other benefits to traveling. I was wanting to talk about, you know, you guys, you said something about culture, and every lodge has a different culture. And that's really important because you don't even know, like, if you all you do is just go to your lodge that you were raised in, like, you don't know what you're missing out on. You don't get to experience all the different types of masonry that the different lodges bring forward, or the different fellowship aspects, or if you need help getting fundraising ideas or anything like that, you can talk to everybody about how they do things, and you see how they open and close. You see how they do all this, how they do their meals and everything, and then you also get to meet all these new people, man, that are your brothers. So it's not just, you're not just tied down to going to your one lodge.
True story, man. And you get some pretty funny jokes out of the whole deal too, if that's your thing.
Yeah.
Some pretty dang good jokes.
Yeah.
No, it is neat though. I mean, one lodge that I've visited recently, want to keep visiting more, is Brother Aaron's lodge. And one night he'll jump on here. I always send him the invite just because I'd love to get him on here. He's visited our lodge. He loves our brothers. Their lodge is killer. But it's neat because their lodge is primarily a lot of Dallas PD or retired
law enforcement.
And so you get a whole different world in stories and just cool stuff, man. You get a lot of history out of that. And I can't at first I was intimidated by it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. Just coming in and just being new to it, I'm going, yeah, am I, is
Am I the only one in here not carrying?
Right. Well, you feel safe. I've never felt safer, I'm telling you. But no, just any other, outside of your home, it can be a little bit intimidating. And man, when I just finally let go of that and just go, wait a minute, I'm a Mason too, dang it. And really got into it. And of course they embrace you because they're your brothers too. Doesn't matter whose lodge is whose mother's lodge. It doesn't matter. You're just a brother at that point, and they're usually really excited to see you.
Yeah.
What's the farthest you've ever traveled? Either one of you?
California. What is that town? Petaluma, California.
That's a long drive, son. It's about 2 days from what I remember.
Well, I've only been down to Waco, the Grand Lodge. That was farthest I've ever traveled. But as far as traveling, and I've been to Fort Worth.
Oh, I take that back.
Really. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going to say I've been to the Grand Lodge of France, but I didn't sit in a meeting.
Right.
That'd be awesome, man. See, that's the kind of stuff honestly, I really want to take a road trip and go out of state just because I want to find everything along the way,
Yeah.
Which brings up, do you have the app that shares with you all that?
As a matter of fact, well, if I could find my phone, I do.
The Amity app?
Correct.
Yeah.
But I don't know where my phone is.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, as long as y'all know what it is.
Yeah.
And for everybody out there.
It's amazing I found it.
Yeah. So I've got all my good ideas from traveling. I typically kind of stick kind of close to home, a lot of the lodges, because there's just so many lodges all around you. And I have not even traveled to all the lodges that are in my district or in our district. Yeah. There's still 2 other ones that I haven't been to, just because I can't seem to get over there when they meet. But I've been to the Kaufman Lodge. I've been to Bloomfield Lodge. So Bloomfield Lodge is in Kaufman. Kaufman Lodge is in Scurry.
Yeah, which one did we get the were we in Scurry?
When we got Bloomfield. Bloomfield. Okay, Bloomfield Lodge in Kaufman.
I have been to Bloomfield.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, I've never been to Fate and I've never been to East Trinity. and those are
Yeah.
a stone's throw away.
Basically in your backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Empire Lodge, when I went over there, Empire Lodge was named after the town Empire. There used to be a little town called Empire in between Lavon and Nevada and another little town over there. And the railroad bypassed Empire, so that little town just kind of fizzled out, really. Um, and then they moved into Nevada, and they used to have an old square, like a downtown square,
Mm-hmm.
and then a tornado hit back in the late 20s, I think, and kind of destroyed the whole little downtown area, or maybe it was later than that, I don't know. Took the whole top floor off of the building. Then they built the current building that they have. Yeah, they went through two buildings before they had the one where they're at now. Um, so you learn a lot of little things about every little lodge you go to, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't even. I mean, I've been to Empire Lodge several times. Had no idea that was the story and the history behind it.
Yeah,
So I have a brand new appreciation. That's so cool, man. Because those guys are awesome.
yeah.
Every one of
The
them's
two
awesome.
buildings that they had before were 2 level buildings, and they would do a school they would rent out the bottom for the school. And the Nevada lodge that they had in the little square
Hmm.
they had actually a really good program for kids. And so they would basically, they had a hotel there, and kids would travel and stay there for like a week while they went to school. So they'd stay in the hotel for a week, go to school, and then they would go home on the weekends.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. Times were different, man.
That's pretty cool. And this is all back. You're talking about the time when they're back in the 20s.
Early 1900s. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. And so that town, Empire was actually it was a thing, obviously, because you said the railroad track came in and bypassed it, or the railroad track kind of
Yeah.
moved on the map.
When the railroad tracks were all being kind of
Laid down.
distributed, yeah, they'd track everywhere. They bypassed Empire, and they went. They even bypassed Nevada. They kind of and Greenville and all that, and Lamont, but they didn't. They didn't hit Nevada. So uh, Nevada really never took off after that. But it's still a pretty small town. But yeah, I mean, so I've met a lot of really cool Masons in traveling. There is like a really big time traveler here in Texas. His name is Kadeem Lowe, Brother Lowe. He travels all over the world, really. And goes. I think he just went to France or somewhere and was traveling around. But that was pretty cool. But I believe he's going to be on our show pretty soon.
He is. I spoke with him, and he is excited to come on board one night.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sweet. Gonna be soon.
Just
yeah,
just me
and
when.
there's another person I want to interview, and she was actually she went to the Masonic Home and School, and her granddaughter did, and her husband did, and her husband was the character in the movie 12 Mighty Orphans, and
Powerful movie.
he basically was the star football player in the movie that got hurt in the very beginning. In the first, I think he got hurt when they were just messing around practicing at the school, and he hurt his leg, and then he never did play in any games in the movie. But this guy that I met by traveling, his name is J.P. Lord. Well, his dad was the guy that got hurt, and his mom is still alive, and she's in her 90s. And anyway, I wanted to have them on and interview them about their experience with the Masonic Home and School. which is cool.
Very nice.
That'd be awesome history.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, man. That's what this is all about. I feel like. I mean, the three of us can get on and go every week, for hours probably. But I mean, I want to get some of those, I want to get some cool guests on. I really do. So I'm looking forward to that. Um, I know Tony knows so many people. Everybody knows Tony. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
He's sharing something. What is this?
This one would share.
Oh, Amity.
Mm-hmm. For some of the people that might not know about it, looks like they do have a website. First time I've ever looked at the website, but
Nice.
So.
Yeah, they even have a ring. Like you can get a ring that you can that has a little chip in it, and you can scan the chip in the ring, and it lets the person know that has that app that you're a Mason in good standing and
Oh,
affiliated with your lodge.
scroll back down, Tony. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Another page down or so. Keep going. Right there on the bottom left. Is that it? Is that the signet? Are they showing it right there? Yeah, discretion for the modern Mason. Look at that.
Yeah, it's a little black looking ring. Brother Wade Green, he's the past master of Sam P. Cochran Lodge. He was master last year up until about, I don't know if he may still be the master. I'm not sure they had their installation yet, but he has one of those.
That's too cool, man. Yeah, and so Amity's
where do
available
I
for both.
order this? I want to know prices.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm looking for too. Is give me a dollar sign, man. The nerd in me just
I'm
blew up.
wondering if you scan that RQ code there.
Let's see, shall we? Yeah, man. Yep.
Mr. Technology, see where that takes you.
Yeah. No, it's too pixelated. I'll have to go to the because I'm trying to take a picture of a picture of a picture of a picture. I'll have to go straight to the website. Yes, I gotta know how much it cost. I need one. I can already
If you
tell.
go to Grand Lodge, the guy sets up in the foyer in there, and I think you can buy one from him right there.
No, all that does is take you to their app to download the app.
You can probably get it through the app, huh? Yeah,
probably. Yeah,
that is too
Brad,
cool.
did you say go to the Grand Lodge's website?
Yeah, he was there. He was there last year in the at Grand Lodge Communication, annual communication. He was at Grand Lodge, set up in the foyer right near the secretary's office. He was there last year.
Yeah, it's
for
too cool.
The historic year where a past Grandmaster got reelected to be the Grandmaster for the first time in Texas history. That was pretty interesting.
Really?
Year. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. I love where technology and masonry are meeting up these days.
Yeah.
I just think it's incredible, man. It makes me so
Speaking
excited.
of which, so I actually was talking to some brothers about what Tony's wanting to do of having a more interactive experience during a stated meeting, and have like the words on the wall, like at church, where you go to church
think about it like that, but yeah.
And you got, the words on the wall. So it's more interactive.
You can
and
sing
kind
along.
Yeah.
The bouncing ball.
Yeah, you could. Right. Anyway, just have a more interactive agenda there that goes through all like a PowerPoint, during the meeting instead of just same old, and we could even have a timer on there. like, hey, we got this much time that we have to talk about this and have a little clock ticking down.
Absolutely,
The countdown
man.
has began.
I mean, if you're making it just kind of a presentation thing, there's a million different things we could implement to kind of keep it on track. Obviously, you want to be conscious of your time and how you're spending it. Um, but a lot of different cool interactive things, and they're easy to update, easy to
Yeah,
keep current, super easy to keep current. So yeah, that's some
yeah.
good stuff. What are you showing us here, brother? What's happening here, Jimmy?
Seeing if y'all see where the rings are.
I think he was saying that the
No,
guy
no,
at
not
Grand Lodge
not at
says.
not at the app at Grand Lodge Communications at the actual building.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
me see.
Sorry, my mistake. I misunderstood. I was all
yeah,
caught up, you know,
yeah,
what squirrel shiny. I was stoked. I was like, that's cool. I
yeah,
pulled a Chris there for a moment.
yeah. I mean, you might be able to find it on the app. You might be able to just find it on the app itself and um, order it through there or whatever.
Yeah, I'm actually looking. Really, probably just need to go to their website and look at it and find out. Sonic.
So yeah, so I don't really have anything else to really say about traveling. I just think that it's incredibly important as a Mason. You absolutely need to visit other lodges, meet other brothers, get out there, learn how other brothers are doing things. Uh, Talk to brother Zachary Haston. See, you can get a hold of him through Facebook, or you can call me and I can get a hold of him, and he can tell you what the most successful lodges in your area are and go visit them. See how they're doing it. There's East Trinity Lodge is the most successful lodge in our district. Um, and I don't think it's just because of the fact that Rockwall is, uh, you know, financially well off part of town. I think it's just because of how they do their business in the lodge, how they do things. Their golf tournament is very successful. I learned that you go to one of their stated meetings, they get through business really quick, and then they go and they hang out all together at like a little pizza place and have some pizza and some drinks and hang out afterwards. And you learn that doing that type of thing is actually a lot more fun, and you get a lot more out of that type of masonry than you do the stated meetings. Now, the stated meetings are incredibly important, you guys, um, but there's so much more to masonry than just a stuffy old business meeting, man. And I really plan to really bring it this year and try to get us all back together, hanging out with each other, with our families, alone as well, with just the brothers, just hanging out, spending more time together outside of the business meetings.
I think that's extremely important.
Yep, for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, it's how you get to know each other.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's all of it's the 24-inch gauge, right? It's
yeah,
spending your time wisely when on stated meeting night and otherwise.
Great example, Chris.
Huh?
Great example.
It just well, it's what you taught me. It's I mean, but it's important. Get your business done, take care of it, do what you need to do. Go in and do the heavy lifting, but man, don't belabor that stuff any longer than you have to, because you want to get out. You want to get out and go to your spot wherever that is, and hang out with your brothers, man. Find out
yeah.
what went wrong with their
You,
week,
you
what went right.
and
Um,
you absolutely need education in the stated meetings.
For
You
sure.
need to have the business, do your voting, get the business aspect out of the way, handle your business, get some education, then go hang out. And if you can't figure out how to vote or what to decide on, table it, go talk about it after lodge. Go talk about it after lodge.
Yep.
Don't waste time talking back and forth about it in lodge. Such a incredible waste of time that brothers need to be doing other things. You can actually, in a less formal, uh, what am I trying to say? Less formal setting,
Right.
like outside in the parking lot or in the kitchen or after the meeting, because during the meeting there is a protocol of how you're supposed to talk, how you're supposed to handle yourself. People are not supposed to be talking back and forth in a lodge. You're supposed to stand up, be recognized by the worshipful master. You're not really supposed to talk to other people in the lodge room without asking the worshipful master's permission to speak to them. And you should address, and in all parliamentary procedures, you should be addressing the lodge, worshipful master, wardens, and brethren, and or right worshipful sirs if they're present. But you should be handling the parliamentary procedures correctly, and then not talking back and forth in a lodge setting. Get through the business, have an education, close the lodge, then discuss if you need to discuss, or talk about it before you get there. Make your decisions before. You have a problem with the committee's
Well, I was going to say that's ultimately the committee's job. Report back.
That's exactly why you have committees. They have to do all the hard discussions, make all the decisions. And again, this is something that you can learn by traveling, seeing how other lodges do their business. You can see the lodges that, go on and on and on about business, and man, you can see how it drags people down.
Well, and there's been a lot of things in the past I know that have been brought up for business, and uh, I just don't know that a lot of us do our best thinking. Give me an answer in 8 seconds.
Right.
It's a big decision, guys. This could change lodge stuff. This could change everything. This is a financial.
I call it doing your homework and due diligence.
That's it, man.
Yes.
And sometimes I'm just a lot better if I don't say, if I just don't have to make a decision, I can sleep on it, or I can go outside and talk, and just a little more comfortable and not be pressed for time, not worry about the clock and, putting everybody else to sleep or something like that. So, I think exactly what you're saying is right. I think that's the path to a peaceful
or
path.
Success.
Yeah, success, but I think it's also a peaceful path. Avoiding it avoids a lot of stuff that we just we don't have to go through if we're handling it in the way that you were just talking about handling it.
Yeah.
There's a lot more understanding. I think that's sometimes hard to convey when everybody's pressed for an answer. We got to make a decision right now, tonight. I may not understand why you make the decision you make.
Yeah.
Because you hadn't had the chance to tell me your logic.
Right. And that goes back to the whole communication during the month, communicating back and forth with the brothers through your group chats and through your group pages and newsletters and things like that, trying to inform everybody of what's going on, giving updates through over, once a week about the hard stuff that you're deciding. When you have big events, and you need to, make big decisions, you have to kind of keep everybody updated.
Well, we're converting this into how to do business, but remember, we're talking about travel tonight.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's by traveling, that's where I learned all this.
Right.
That's exactly how I learned, because I met brothers through who I met brothers through who I met brothers through. And then I got on that Masonic Improvement podcast, and I learned all this stuff. Decided with our worshipful master right now or our worshipful master that we have right now until tomorrow, when he became the master, that we were going to do Vanguard. And we did that by traveling together and going to the officers leadership training. And we learned all about Vanguard. I didn't even know what it was. Vanguard is a action plan for your lodge. And part of the stuff in the Vanguard is traveling and fraternalism. So anyway, I'll get up now. And I just that's really all I wanted to talk about tonight. And
you're starting to break up really bad, so might be a good time to kind of end it on that.
You're getting right. Cell coverage, brother.
But I do appreciate you taking the time to still try to share with us all this evening. And
yeah, totally. Thank you.
So
it's pretty awesome.
Until next time, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Be safe.
Yeah.